Hey, good Friday morning to you, John Bergsma. You know, we just had the MWT tournament this past week, and several of the best weights came from the greater Alpena area, that Thunder Bay area where guys are working the gravel bars and shoals with hard baits, rip and wraps, glide baits, you name it. However they're doing it, they're doing a lot of casting and ripping to get those fish to bite. So that bite definitely there in Thunder Bay is on, and that's a daytime bite obviously, because these guys don't leave the dock until 7 a.m. in the morning. They probably didn't get up to Alpena till 8. Saw several 30+ pound bags come in from north, from the Thunder Bay area. So if you're looking for something unique to do and you're into walleye fishing, check out that Thunder Bay, that inner Thunder Bay area. Really the key is to get a little bit of stained water on those fish holding shoals. That's really the key. You're trying not to fish completely gin clean water. So pay attention to wind, pay attention to currents. You really kind of want an offshore wind. That's what you're looking for, a little bit of a north-northwest, west, southwest, that type of thing. You don't want the east wind. That's the wind you don't want there for that fishing. So give casting and ripping over in the Alpena area a try. The other thing that's always going is Captain Steve Hubert from Chum Bucket Sport Fishing. Now, Steve tells me that the bite is going from Rockport north to Presque Isle. That's the bite going on right now. A lot of those inner Thunder Bay fish, although they're still there, they're not there in as big a number, so he's turned the corner and he's fishing that outer slide from Rockport north to Presque Isle. Now, some days he'll run all the way to Presque Isle and fish right there. Other days he'll fish just the Rockport area. But what he said is so cool, that's really encouraging to all of us. Tons of bait, lots more kings than he's seen in the past, and consistently catching steelhead, coho, Atlantics, and kings on every single trip. Now, he doesn't always land the kings, he told me, unfortunately. He said, but he can honestly say he's had a king bite almost every single day for the last 2 weeks in a row. You know what I'm talking about, those rod wrecking screamer bites that you can barely slow down. He said they've been able to get a lot of them in the boat. They've lost a few of them, but he said kings are starting to show up. The reason? There's alewife showing up with them. There's also a great hatch of smelt, and of course the resident gobies that spend all their time there on all the structural humps from Presque Isle down to Rockport. You're looking for sets and you're gonna take your own boat. Steve is running his coppers out 150, 200, and 250. Those are the 3 sets that are doing the best. He's not really paying attention to when it goes up from like 80 to 120 or 130. He doesn't care what depth of water he is in. He says he's catching nice catches on 150, 200, and 250. Also his divers mid-depth, high-low divers, he's running his high diver mid-depth, and he's running his low diver a little lower. And of course his 2 riggers, like Steve always does, he sets them about 25 foot off the bottom with a great big number 12 double alewife Bigfoot, a number 12, a 12-incher, and he just puts on that either a whirly gig or a spinning glow. Now the whole concept that Steve uses there is he sets one of those big fits off one of his riggers, and that way he's got that down as a set attractor, bringing fish in from way away, that super clean water that brings them way away. And even if they don't hit that number 12, now they're in his prop wash, and as they swim away, they're going to be swimming through his other sets, his coppers, his divers, and so he's got a better chance of catching them. So it's not only a fish catching mechanism, it's an attractor as well. So hey, book a trip up there with Steve at Chum Bucket Sport Fishing Charters. If you're going to take your own boat, Alpena is a great place to stay. You can also jump trailer from Alpena very quickly up to Presque Isle and put your boat in there if you elect to fish there. So enjoy your trip to the northeast Sunrise side, and it's awesome fishing there in Alpena.
D&R Sports Center has been serving Michigan sportsmen and women for over 40 years. Our boat sales lineup features fishing boats by Tracker, Ranger, and Triton. We have a huge selection of ice and open water fishing tackle, archery, guns and ammunition, and clothing. Bay and offshore boats by Nautic Star, and pontoons by Regency, Sun Tracker, and Ranger. Stop by our newly remodeled showroom on West Main in Kalamazoo, or visit us online.
So hey, we got a great show. Scott Cormier, a good friend of mine that we use very often when we go up into the Upper Peninsula. He's an excellent bass fisherman. He's joined us again for this week's show up in Marquette County, catching lots of mixed bag, smallmouth and largemouth at one of the many Marquette County lakes that offer this circumstance. Stay tuned. It's going to be a great show. If you're into bass fishing, you're going to like this show. Hey sportsman, John Bergsma. We got an awesome show for you today. Marquette County, largemouth and smallmouth bass. It's a mixed bag in one of the just dozens of awesome Marquette County inland lakes. Stay tuned. Hey, thanks for joining us this week on Fisherman's Digest. The summers are stupid busy. It's just the way it is. It doesn't seem like we have any forgiveness, so to speak, of how to slow down. But, you know, we appreciate you staying with us, watching our reports, watching our shows. We're going to be headed over, like I said before, to the MWT tournament out of our Gray mid-July, so look for us then. We'll give you updates not only on when the deadline is to sign up for that tournament, but also when it's going to happen. Now, one thing to remember is you don't have to live in Michigan to fish that tournament. That's a Saginaw Bay Fish Fest. So get on the Michigan Walleye Tours website, sign up your 3-man team, $550, $11,000 first prize. Awesome prize money, low entry fee. You can have all 3 guys in the boat fishing your 6 rods. It's going to be a great event. It's going to be a great time. We hope to see you there. And of course, our whole crew will be there filming it.